Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Lucy here for our weekly Tongren session. I'm glad to see everybody returning, and I will just put in a quick note here. For those of you that are new here, this is Tongren, which is distance healing, which is a healing technique that we can use all over the world to send healing energy. And our goal with the TAM healing system specifically is to open a blockage, to allow the resources of the body to naturally flow to all parts of the body and to do what it does best, to heal, recover, and regenerate. So that's what we're going to do, and we will begin right at this moment. Either if you're on our Facebook page, and we have quite a few people here. And we have at the top of our list our Be Your Own Healer Masterclass, regular class, our trainings. We have our community. We have our full moon recording, which is still available. And we have our first person guard tour with diverticulosis. We've talked about beneficial aloe juice. Internal hemorrhoids, we've talked about Super Bomb from Dr. Wheatgrass. Heat in Lee. So, have you tried the aloe vera juice or the Dr. Wheatgrass Super Bomb? Let me know have you gotten that and if it has helped. Those are two direct things which will help. So what we do a three-part process. Tapping is just a way to focus our mind, since our mind is the transmission vehicle for biophotons for sending energy to other people to open a blockage. And hello, Edna and Benevolent Guru. And it's really important if you could put in better, worse, or the same. And Happy Mama is here. Amazing Soul, Rachel, Luna, and Rio, I see you. And let's see, Parkinson's, Jolly Civilian, Radiant Pioneer, Holnick, Sunny Gem, Tracy, and Edna. Okay, let's continue. So, blood flow to the brain is part one. Command points to the brain stem, and then diverticulosis is inflammation, and itis or an osis, T1 to T8. Also for hemorrhoids, the wheatgrass super bomb works for hemorrhoids. I've seen that on promotions in the UK and case studies. The aloe vera will also help with the upset stomach. Let me know if you had an opportunity to get that or something similar. Heat in Lee, which is heat, so the aloe vera is a cooling as well. T9, 10, 11, 12. S1 to S5 for the hemorrhoids. So how you doing, Edna? Any better, worse, the same? You guys, how's it going? And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And let's check out our stream. I don't see anybody there yet, but it should be on YouTube and 2 places on Facebook. So hopefully everything is working properly. Good to see you, Gartor. Next is Edna and Edna's husband. Soft palate muscle, blood flow to the brain, and then the throat chakra area. C3, 4, and 5. Again, speech, which is the physical hyoid bone speaking, and then the receiving and production of speech, GB7, 8, and 9. Dry mouth, C6, C7. Inflammation behind vocal cords, C6, C4, 5, T1 to T8. So as always, people sit with their feet flat on the floor, palms face up, and breathing through the nose. So, brachial plexus for the arms and the hands. Lumbosacral plexus for the legs, hips, and feet for Edna. And vertigo, GV17. Out point for both feet, both hands, and both feet. T1 to T8 for inflammation. Weak legs, lumbosacral plexus, hips to hip and MS, T1 to T8 as well for your aunt. And you can put in her name if you like. And grounding, and also for Edna, for your husband's thyroid nodules. So avoid the fluoridated water. A good choice is distilled water and sea vegetables. So remove the cause and add in the remedy. C6, C7, and the hole in your granddaughter's heart. And if you get any detail on as to where that is exactly, that might be of interest or of help as well. T1 to T8 for the heart, so C T5 for the heart, and CV17 also for the heart, and GV20 growth hormone. Grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And let's just check the social media place. We have Renee, so Renee, yep, join the replay. Put in your request for you so that you will get your request. And for Dorothy Mansfield Marshall and Leonard, thanks for joining. Great support. So let's work for Dorothy and Catherine. C3 for the eyes. Facial artery for the eyes. Ouch point for the eyes. What eye? Both eyes. Is it getting better, worse, or the same, Dorothy? Hope you're having improvement. Leonard, thanks for joining. And in the community, we just had a special on bones, bone marrow, and craniosacral fluid on Tuesday, recorded for everyone. And again, eyes, the ouch point for the eyes for Dorothy. And if you listen to the recording, hello, Renee. Good to see you. Blessings and good luck on the football games. And then grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And let's see next. Yep, there we are. Next we have husband's thyroid nodules. We worked on that. C6, C7, and superior inferior thyroid arteries. Let's do a little extra on that. And then for Tracy, and as always, if I miss you or skip past, put it in again. People are invited to do that, so I don't miss anyone. I don't want to miss anyone at all. So rickets, T1 for the bones, GB39 for the bones. So that's rickets, maxillary sinus pain. Sounds painful. I would see a chiropractor about that. Anything doing with the maxillary or the structure, there may be an adjustment they can do for that. And that type of situation also may cause some migraines, for sure. But GB20 for the migraine point, and the right eye, C3 for the right eye. Left kidney stone, hopefully you can see me, I'll sit back a little bit. Left kidney stones, L2 for the kidneys, T1 to T8 for the immune system. And Sunny Gem, are you getting any relief from the mold, smoke, and chemicals? Any improvements? And how long have you had that situation? Sinus and lung infection, C3, T3, CV17, and a really good sinus release point, GB24, right about here. So for liver health, T9, bitter herbs, digestive bitters, inflammation reduction, castor oil packs, deep despair, microbiome, sunrise, sunlight. So fermented foods and barefoot watching of the sun at sunrise. Where are you located, Sunny Gem? What part of the world are you in? Lung infection, T3, also for Rachel, Luna. T3 for the lungs, T1 to T8. Bronchial areas, T2, T3 for Rachel. T9 right side for the liver health. And some sinus points, which are on the jaw, the cheeks. GB13 also for despair, balancing emotions. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Okay, so Olnick, prostate and bladder healing after surgery. I would put castor oil on the belly, CV4, to help that out. Surgery on the 20th. Okay, and accelerate that healing. I would highly recommend the castor oil pokeweed blend. So prostate L3, PSA down 25 to 25 from 1900. Woohoo! Spread to bones and sacrum. Look up the raindrop therapy. And always my 3-part main process for cancer, especially when it's spreading like this. Black salve, Essiac tea, fenbendazole, and ivermectin, and a change of diet. There's also the option to go to Hippocrates Health Institute for 10 to 20 days. L3 for the prostate, T1 to T8 for inflammation. T1 for the bones, brachioplexus for the arms and shoulders. And let me go back. It's always good to see our friends who are here. And Leonard, if you have any requests, let us take care of you as well. Don't forget you. Bones and sacrum. Brachioplexus, right arm and shoulder, high blood pressure, GV17. So for high blood pressure, chrysanthemum tea, beet juice, and beet kraut. T1 for the anemia, so that is iron and copper foods. Kidney and liver health. Knees, please. Lumbosacral plexus, the nerves to the knees. Bladder 54 for the knees, for Terry. And for both knees. Okay, so stomach 36 for both knees. Ouch point for both knees. How's that feel, Terry? And grounding to liver 3, but let's do the kidney and liver again. Kidneys also deal with the knees. L2, T9, L2. Let's repeat that. GV17 for the blood pressure again as well. Liver 3 and kidney 1. And how's everybody doing? Let me check in. Bone is better. How do you know? I mean, I'm sure it is, but is there a way we can tell what that means? He's an SEAC from you, Ben, and ivermectin, oxygen therapies. So that sounds great. Let me know what you mean by bones are better, which is perfect. Good for the knees. Your chi energy always helps. Also good. And Ferris will get there as well. And Bob Burns. Woohoo, Bob. Good to see you. And I'll be seeing you this weekend, I think. Multiple myeloma. But let me know how you're doing. Better, worse, the same, Bob. And Chris, Benevolent Guru. Let's see. Let's see what we got for Benevolent Guru here. I thought I saw Benevolent Guru. Where is it? Card Tour, Edna, Benevolent Guru. Yep, let's make sure we don't skip. So this is here. Blood flow to the brain, Benevolent Guru. endometrial, peritoneal, lung, and liver cancer with ascites. L1 to L5, endometrium, peritoneum. Chris D, thank you for correcting me. Small airway disease, T2, T3. And for other people that are tapping along, tap for all the people working on. Chris D, Happy Mama, Terry, Rachel, for the lungs. Some people are having a tough day today, and we want them to feel better. T1 to T8 for ascites. Misfolding of proteins. Low red blood count. So definitely cranial sacral fluid would be an option. Massage therapy with a tailbone adjustment is another option. T1 for the bones, T7 for the spleen, for the postnasal drip, C3, 4, and 5, fatigue, high fiber diet, fermented foods, C, vegetables, so there you go, Chris D, thank you for reminding me. L1 to 5, S1 to 5, endometrial, peritoneal, lumbar 1 to 5, sacrum 1 to 5, and fatigue, T1 to T8, anti-inflammation. Ouch point for the postnasal drip, and C3, 4, and 5. And what is your small airway disease called, Benevolent Guru? Is it something like, does it have a specific name for the disease? And for Sunny Gem, again, mold, smoke, chemicals. CV17, lung 1, lung 2, and grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. But T1 to T4 for mold, smoke, and chemicals. That must be a lot of mold, smoke, and chemicals if it's causing sinus and lung infections. So for this, I would definitely do steam tens with lavender or tea tree oil, or castor oil on the chest with DMSO, and also frankincense. That would be my recommendation for that. And Jolly Civilian, Parkinson's, and right arm weakness, so blood flow to the brain. So Parkinson's is oftentimes migration of alpha-synuclein proteins from the gut by way of the vagus nerve to the brain, settling in and clogging the substantia nigra part of the brain. Parkinson's is often accompanied by constipation, which starts the chain of events for that clogging. So fermented foods, juicing with cilantro, because Parkinson's can also be associated with lead, and cilantro and green juices can help with that as well. And brachial plexus for the arms, right arm, so ouch point down to the arms, brachial plexus, the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist, and the fingers. So do it completely. T1 to T8 for Parkinson's. T11, T12, L4, L5 for the microbiome in the gut. CV4, also for the gut. So next we have kind stranger, then gentle settler, and amazing soul. Blood flow to the brain. She's 7 weeks old and she got her vaccinations. I wouldn't recommend that, considering the immune system of the child is still dependent upon the mother, and then to get this aggressive situation at that young age could be a challenge. CV19, 20, 21, 22. On detox from the vaccinations as an herbal remedy, which would have to be dosed for such a young child, or I recommend contacting the company. It's called foreign protein cleanse, because the vaccines and different things create systemic inflammation and side effects. 7 weeks old is a bit much for such an aggressive immune system impact on purpose. So we'll pray T1 to T7 that there is no impact. Just work around it. It is what it is. T1 to T8 for inflammation. Emotional balance for kind strangers. Joanna, I see. And digestive health, which is also related to emotional balance. T11, T12. L4, L5. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And next we work with Gentle Settler and an Amazing Soul. Hashimoto's tune-up. Eliminate the probable cause, which is fluoride. Add in an excellent reparation process, see vegetables, or kelp or iodine directly. Hashimoto's tune-up. So let's start with the beginning of the endocrine system. TV20, 22, hypothalamus, pituitary, C6, C7, thyroid and parathyroid. Charge the battery big time, CV4. Throat chakra for the Hashimoto's tune-up as well. Charge all 3 batteries in Tong, CV17 and CV4. And next we have Amazing Soul. A new person, Rachel, Luna, and Rio, first time, is that right? And let's do it. Tap for healing the lungs. And happy mama, and you are next. And how many years has it been you've been in perfect shape? Bronchiectasis, that's the lung disease. Okay, thank you. And we're going to work on that on 2 people right now, bronchiectasis. Benign tumors in both auditory nerves. I would suggest looking at a company called Soleil Well. They have something called the Torch, which is a very targeted infrared light therapy. Yours is so specific. I would recommend that. It's called the Torch. It's on the website of Advanced Highest Quality Red Light Therapies, Soleil Well, actually from Massachusetts as well. Doing better. All right, Bob. Thanks for hearing. Alkphos is improving. Okay, great. Qi always works. Yep. And even just rub your knees. What I've been doing, I had a knee injury. In fact, I had a leg injury, and I use the castor oil with the poke weed root, massage it on there, and then add heat. Okay, let's continue on. Yep, the wheatgrass lotion is great for fishes as well. Any wheatgrass lotion or balm, the super balm or regular balm, all good. But I'm glad it's helping Benevolent Crew. That's great. I didn't, let's see. If I skip over you, just put in the request again. So then I'll make sure that I don't miss it. But let's work with our new person here. Let's see, where's that new person? Nope, I didn't skip. Let's see. Lungs, CV17. Just kidding. CV17, lung 1, lung 2. And T2, T3 for Rachel, Luna, and Rio trio. T2, T3. T1 for the bones, perfect blood for happy mama. GB13 for Laura. Perfect blood. T1 for the bones and B cells. GB39 for the bones as well. T3 for the lymph. T3 for the lymph. T7 for the lymph. And the spleen, a lymph node. And Evan for repair after oral surgery, C3, 4, and 5. Definitely castor oil. And we'll do a complete lymph tune-up for everyone, including Happy Mama and Rachel. C3, 4, and 5 for the repair after oral surgery. T1 to T8, inflammation. And blessings to you, Laura and Evan. Thank you for joining. C3, 4, and 5 for the oral area and the outer point of the teeth as well. And please say hi to Luna and Rio. Christy, I don't see it. No, we did it. Yep, we got it. Endometrial, peritoneal, postnatal drip. Yep, we got that. Wheatgrass lotion is good for fissures as well. Great news. Chris, we got you. Robert Burns for leukemia. We will work on you next. I just want to check in to see if any other people have checked in from Facebook land. Blood flow to the brain. So Bob, how you been doing? Better, worse, or the same? It says Bob Burns, leukemia, Mary Burns, breast cancer. So for Bob and multiple myeloma and craniosacral fluid for the bones and everyone, let's do it. Crystal Palace, GV 1920, 21, 22. T1 for the bones. And I'd be curious for everyone to know what other times that you suggest. I know Charlie's really good. Saturday morning is really good as well with Tom. but other ones you might suggest that you're also following, because I can recommend them to others or other times for people to do. And we have our Twina hands-on workshop coming up in January. We have an early bird discount. If you want to know about it, ask Leonard. He joined us from afar, and it was awesome to have him there because he is a master and expert in many things that I don't know about, and he was great to have in the class. And he can also tell you about the community. How many people here are in the community? Let me know. Yep, don't all type at once. Let's see. But let's work even more specifically for Bob. T1 for the bones. T1 for the bones, Crystal Palace for Bob Burns, T4 for Mary, breast cancer. And anything like leukemia and others, if you can get tested for blood, for heavy metals, tested for mold, and your inflammation markers as always. Multiple myeloma, T1, and lumbosacral plexus, right hip, leg, and back pain. Sorry to hear about your fractured vertebra. Which one was it, and how did that happen? Enthusiastic newbie. And we worked on Chris D. We got you. Growth hormone for repairing those vertebrae. Fractured vertebra, comfrey packs would be the way to go. Bone is better. That's good. Better is good. Better is better. Good is better. Blood flow to the brain. What's that for your mom, Ferris? As always, happy to do that. TV 1920, 21, 22. Spine, heart, and eyesight. There must be some way to solve these eyesight issues. ethosvision.net or .com, I forget. Had a lot of hope with them, hoping to get better. I've looked into two other ideas, one which is castor oil and DMSO for eye drops. That could be brilliant. I just started researching that one. And Radiant Pioneer. Let me know what oxygen therapies you're doing. And you can email me privately, but I'd like to know, if possible, your Fenben and ivermectin sources. It might be something I can share with others. If you want to put it here, that's okay too. Happy Healing is one of the companies. And do a little bit more for the needs for Radiant Pioneer. ALK-Phos numbers are improving. So collected settler, auditory nerves, definitely the torch from Soleil, SOLEIL.com, targeted red light therapy. It's targeted as you can get, harmless, no side effects. Put it right in the ears. So there's definitely some inflammation going on. You might even consider chiropractic to see if the jaw is aligned, if there's TMJ, all of those things. Right ear, hear loss. So let's work on the right ear directly. And I finally got another copy of this book. It is not easy to get, and I give them all away. Free Your Body from Tumors and Cysts by Hannah Kroger. One of the best things you can do for your ovarian cyst is CV4 castor oil pack, and I would recommend the poke weed or castor oil combination, or castor oil plus frankincense would be a really good option. You bought a doll and hammer. Which do I tap on? So for the cyst and the CV4, you should join our class, Collected Settler. CV4. And where did you buy it from? Right ear, so the ouch point for the ear. C3 for the ears. Vestibular cochlear nerve, also on the ears. And bronchiectasis, let's do that for a few people. Yep, breast cancer for Mary Burns, we get that, we'll do it again, absolutely. Over 9 years, happy mama, good for you. Wow, 9 years. I think I've known you for all of those, not sure. Bronchiectasis, lung 1, lung 2, and T2. T1 to T8. So for Lynn, cervical spine, C1 to C7, put your mind in the spine. Shoulder release point, GB21. GB20 for migraines, so same tract. Thoracic and lumbar inflammation, T1 to T12, L1 to L5. There's some other things for Faris and your mom, something I missed. Spine, heart, and eyesight. C3 for the eyes for Faris's mom. T1 for the bones, T5 for the heart, T6 for the heart. C3, 4, and 5 for the eyes. Crystal Palace for the craniosacral fluid for the spine for Faris's mom. CV17 for the heart as well. So I'm glad our chi energy always helps. And continue with Lynn. Inflammation, stress, anxiety. Welcome to America. T1 to 8. Oh, so there's a good one. Molly, Friday mornings at 8:30. And I think Charlie is 9:30. And let's do breast cancer for Mary. Pan-egg cure, I've heard of. Happy healing is also what I've heard of. Summitproducts.org for ivermectin. Well, ivermectin was used successfully. That's a good source. Thank you for .org. That's interesting that it would be a .org from India, but that means it's a non-profit technically. During COVID, there was a province of over 300 million people, and instead of the vaccine, they used ivermectin. Everybody was trying everything, and 95% COVID-free using ivermectin of over 300 million people during COVID. Uttar Pradesh province. So inflammation, stress, anxiety, GB13, right side. C1, C2, T1 to T8. T4 for Mary, burns for breast cancer. Common cold, T1 to T8. I recommend the herbal antibiotic counterattack and the herbal antibiotic from Western Spice, which has oregano and black seed oil. And that's the common cold. And CV17 also for the common cold, oxygen anti-cancer. Charlie is on Monday, I think it's 9:30. And good to hear from you, Rosanna. Sometimes I go there, sometimes I go down the Cape myself. What part of the Cape are you on, Rosanna? I have the blessing of going to Marston Mills and then to the dunes in different places with a beautiful family, Rachel, Luna, and Rio. South Yarmouth, how far is that from? Not far from Marston Mills or my other friend, Mashpee. So you're taking chlorine dioxide. You probably learned about that from Dr. Circus. Dr. Circus talks a lot about chlorine dioxide. He wrote a whole book, SIRCUS. Could help the sinus mold issue for sure. Ivermectin can help with that. Yeah, I don't know of any classes anymore. There used to be one in Plymouth, but not yet. But there you go. That's your opportunity to start a class. And let's do a final check-in, and we are good to go. As always, thank you, Leonard, for supporting us. So we will now do some Qigong for everyone. If we missed anyone, put it in. Radiant Pioneer, you're welcome. Plymouth would be great. Well, you can run one yourself. There's a great Tongren practitioner in Plymouth. One of my teachers, she's brilliant. She's in the chiropractic office. Also does Tong. She used to do the ones in Plymouth. She has a couple of horses as well. Tracy, welcome to you. You're welcome. We worked on rickets, T1 for the bones, craniosacral fluid for the bones and bone marrow, GB39 for the bones as well. And there we go. Then we have the healing bowl. Thank you very much, everyone. And we'll do a last quick check in case somebody jumped in at the end on social media, which seems to be working perfectly this week. And then here. But let me know if you have any questions about the online community. I think we have 20 or 30 Tongren trainings in our community. That's a great way to get started. Videos of very specific things. Also, all the products that we discuss, I give video explanations and detail of those specific products. We also have a live every other week of advanced topics or a Q&A with the community as well. So let me know if you want to any more information about the community. We're going to be having an open house for the community. And then, like I say, in January, I think it's 31, we will be doing another Twina Asian bodywork massage therapy focused on the TAM healing system. And if you have any questions about that, happy to answer that. Or Leonard, who came up just for that from Baltimore, and which I'm extremely grateful for. So thank you and all. Have a good night. Take care. Blessings. See you next week, and get as many classes as you can from other people as well. When is Thanksgiving? That's a good question. Is it next week or 2 weeks? What a great question, because nobody will be here on, well, you never know. Thanksgiving, the Canadians, they don't care about that. Our Thanksgiving, they have their own Thanksgiving, which is a glorious holiday to honor. So let's see. 27. No, I will probably not be here on the 27th, but let me finalize that for next week. Take care and have a good night.